No, thank you, baby. Can you say please? Yeah, good job. Oh, did you want to have some? Oh, where's your passy? Oh, did you want to have some more? Yeah, where's your passy? Oh, where'd he go? Oh, thank you. Some imaginary food, thank you. Can you put your passy in your mouth? Yeah, good job. Good job. Okay. Can you give me your passy? Oh, thank you. Okay, ready? Here it comes. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, food. Yeah. Can you say thank you? Can you say thank you? Oh, it's amazing. Can you eat some food? Can you go, more food? Yeah. Can you go, get some food? Get it. Oh, good job. Can you clap your hands? Can you clap your hands? Yay, good job, honey. Excellent job. Aren't kids the best? They are the best little prophets for speaking truth into my life as a disciple that I have found yet. Lessons and insight with Elijah. And this one, it's a pretty cool little lesson. I think as you saw from the first part of the video with Kailani, that with little kids, they can often learn to know their father's identity and his voice long before they can say their own name or are able to say words back to their father. Kailani, she can understand a lot. As you saw, I can ask her for her passy, she'll give it to me. She can ask for more food, she can say thank you, she can say please. But she can't actually say the words themselves. She knows how to respond. She can do what I, her father, do for her, and she can obey my voice, but she doesn't actually understand the words. And so this morning's consideration was in regards to our life as disciples, that Jesus in John says that his disciples know his voice. And so I think in discipleship, we often either push our children or ourselves past the capacity of that first work of knowing our Father's identity and knowing his voice. And we try to jump forward past our maturity to ruling in the ways of heaven and speaking the eloquent and intelligible words of God too soon. No, honey, you have to stay right here. With both of my girls, it's been my observation. I'm not a linguist or a speech pathologist, so this is just observations of day-to-day life. But it seems like the girls have learned to communicate as a result of communion. The first part of life is just spent with them communing with me, being imparted to being, as I hold them, cuddle them, change their diapers, feed them bottles. And out of that process of communion together, they learn to communicate. There's a long period of time where I'm speaking over them, I'm speaking to them, but they have no idea what I'm saying. But as a result of us being together, enjoying one another's presence, communing together, that over time they learn to communicate. And they know what I'm saying to them, that I can communicate to them, they can receive the meaning. And so I think the discipleship lesson that I learned today is that I often, rather than choosing to spend time communing in God's presence and unintelligibly just babbling with him, crying a lot, screaming, feeling needs, and just expressing those in screams and cries, and then slowly beginning to learn his communicated word over time, I think I too quickly run to the state of trying to minister, trying to rule like my father, trying to teach his words or trying to be eloquent in the things that he's saying without spending that time of just communing in his presence. So I was reminded all over again this morning by Kailani, my little 1-year-old, I think he's like a year and 3 months, that the best place to learn with my father in learning my identity and learning his identity and being able to communicate his heart is spending time in his presence. Just allowing his person to engulf mine, to hold me, and just communicate innocently. So my encouragement to you is that if you have been running past the place of just spending time in God's presence and allowing him to be your father, that you've put too much emphasis on trying to study his word and become eloquent in its meaning without that being an impartation of his person, I would really encourage you to go back to that childlike state of allowing your father to care for your needs and to draw you forward. I feel like in this video, I'm actually trying to communicate something that I'm understanding and I'm receiving from my father, that he's speaking to me, is teaching me. But I feel like, Kailani, in this video that I'm trying to communicate something that I've received from God that's beyond my ability to speak eloquently and clearly. So I hope that God by his Spirit can impart the message to your heart, that you could be encouraged by what I learned this morning, and that you could press into it with him. Blessings on your days, guys. I love you lots, and I'll see you in the next video. Yeah, should I read these books together?
Yeah.
Nice.
Read that one first.
Yeah, should I read this one first? You want to scoot on over here? Nice.
It's about Daddy's wonder how kind of love your daddies.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
I'm invited to a book club.
You are?
Yeah.
Nice.
And it came from the book club.
That's so awesome.
And the ring bearer.
The ring bearer came from them too, huh?
Uh-huh.